Hello, everyone. We're in Unit 2, Chapter 5, still criminal law and procedure. We talked a little bit about the basic concepts of criminal law and the limits on government when it comes to criminal law. And now we're going to talk a little bit more about specific white collar crimes, which is more related to business law. So, what are white collar crimes? White collar crimes are crimes that we think of when we think of corporations, okay? White collar crimes usually are nonviolent crimes that are committed by business persons and business organizations, okay? We just have named them white collar. And the law regarding white collar crime has actually evolved over time. What they have decided over time is that you do not have to prove that there is a actual mental intent for a corporational. Okay, there is no criminal intent of employees or respondent superior, and one reason is because we we would have a lot of finger pointing and a lot of I cover up and hiding. So what we focus on is we do have some individual liability there that we have to prove the intent, okay? So what I mean by when we talk about a corporation can be held criminally, found criminally guilty, as well as individual liability. Now, remember, with individual liability, we have to show intent, okay? And that's a little more difficult because, again, you have sometimes eclectic actions of numerous corporate employees, and there's these bureaucratic failures, right? So it's like you might be scapegoating a group of people. I didn't intend for my employee to do that, vice versa. So it's a little more difficulty in white collar crime, but we can do it. And like I said, scapegoating, those are things. So we have where we can hold a corporation guilty and punish them, but we also can do individual liability. It's just a little bit more difficult to prove, but they do it, as you had seen in our cases from Unit 1, from our ethics section. They will hold individuals liable. Another way that, other than our regular criminal code, is we have regulations. And regulations, if you remember, are administrative law, and they can actually, regulations are allowed to do civil and criminal liability in their regulations. And again, when we talk about the regulations, we're talking about administrative agencies like the Food and Drug Administration, National Highway Training and Safety Administration, our OSHA, our Occupational Safety and Hazard Administration. And they can have actual regulations that have criminal liability as well as civil. So let's talk about just a couple of the more important white collar crimes. They're not more important, but that we see. One is bribing and illegal gratuity. So it's illegal to offer money, gifts, favors if you're going to try to influence official decisions for your private benefit. And one of these things has come down in the Foreign Practices Corruption Act, the FCPA. And so that is one of the laws that we find a lot in these white collar crimes. We also see a lot of computer fraud and abuse acts. And what is that? It's illegal for anyone to knowingly and with intent to defraud um, accesses a protected computer without authorization or exceeds authorized access, and by means of such conduct furthers the intended fraud and obtains anything of value. Basically, you're going to exceed your authorized access if you are committing fraud. So you commit fraud and you use a computer, that's going to be a separate act. If you use your computer for embezzlement, that's going to be a separate criminal act. So this is a way to really enhance and add additional crimes to a white collar crime. So these are some of the more nuanced type criminal laws that we see in white collar. Now, the last unit I had asked you to view 3 videos on white collar crime involving Enron, Sam Bankman-Fried, and Madoff. If you did not do that, you will need to do that because the next thing we're going to do is our discussion assignment. And the discussion assignment is going to be relating to those videos. So prior to watching the discussion assignment video, I would encourage you to go back to that chapter 4 and unit 1 and watch those videos. Thank you.